guys, today's video. Today I want to do some fall looks and I have a couple palettes here that I'm really excited to dip into. I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I don't really like this for eye primer, but I'm going to use it anyway. By the way, sorry if you can hear the music in the background. That is my sister. I don't really like this for eye primer because it looks kind of cakey and it makes the eyeshadow look kind of just, I don't know, I don't really like the way it looks. But I do love this concealer under the eyes. Like, under the eyes, it looks like skin. Yeah, it just looks dry on my eyes. Like, under the eyes, it doesn't look like that. So the palettes that I'm dipping into today are by Beauty Creations. I have the Esmeralda palette and the Olivia palette. The Esmeralda palette is really speaking to me. It has a lot of like orange and mustard and green and blue. Just because it's, I don't know, it's speaking to me. And then this is the Olivia palette. I might dip into this one if I feel like I need to pull a shade from it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this green shade right here, this army green. And I'm just gonna pack that on the outer corner, pretty low in the crease, and just blend it circular motions. I don't know what kind of look I'm going for. I don't know. The last look I did was also a fall look, but I used glitter in that one. Today I won't be using glitter. And then I'm gonna take this yellowy mustardy shade and this orangey mustard shade, and I'm gonna mix them just a little bit. And I'm just going to blend out that green right on the edge of it, just doing soft circular motions. I'm also gonna bring this on the inner corner in the crease. So for some reason, I've decided to start learning German. I downloaded Duolingo and I'm learning German. I don't know why. It just sounds interesting and I keep hearing German a lot. Like, I could just be doing my thing, minding my own business, and I'll hear someone speak German or just some sort of mention of German or Germany or someone from German, not from German, but from Germany. And it just made me interested, and I really like the sound of the language, and I like the way it looks. I don't know, I'm just very interested in it all of a sudden. Yeah, so I decided to download Duolingo and I'm learning German. Ich bin eine Frau. I just said I am a woman. And I really like speaking it. Like, when I'm practicing it, I feel confident and I feel comfortable. And I know that I'm just now starting it out. I'm still a beginner, obviously. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older now that I want to learn a new language. But whatever it is, I'm really happy that I feel that way. Like, I don't know, it just, like I said, German is just a comfortable language for me to look at, for me to read, for me to write, for me to speak. And like I said, I know I'm still a beginner, but I feel even though as it continues to get harder and I continue to learn new words and phrases, I'm still having fun and I'm still enjoying it. Okay, next I'm gonna go into this blue, Actually, not yet. I'm gonna do that last. First, I wanna go back in with that army green that I was using. And I want to go back in and build it up just so we can re-intensify that color. Plus, learning a new language is good brain training. Like, it's good exercise for your brain, and I feel like lately I haven't been doing anything to really exercise my brain. And I think it's just good, you know? It's good to learn a new language. It's good to keep yourself interested in things. Plus, like, I really do want to take a trip to Germany. Like, I have this huge bucket list of all the places I want to travel to, and Germany is definitely on that list. I know nothing about Germany, but I really want to go there, and something is telling me that I should. Like, I don't know, something is pulling me towards Germany and towards the language German, and I don't know, it's like something is calling me there, and it sounds crazy, especially if you don't believe in that kind of stuff. Okay, because I feel like I need something to blend the green into the yellow a little bit more, I'm gonna go into this Cantaloupe shade right here in the Olivia palette. By the way, these shadows are incredible. Like, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say this brand is drugstore per se, but it is definitely on the cheaper side. So I'm just taking this color and I'm blending right over top that green, just to blend it into the other transition shades that we have. And then I'm gonna go into this super light transition right here. I don't even know what you would call this color. It's like a pale yellow. I don't know what you would call that. But I'm just gonna blend that right underneath my brow and right along the edges of those transitions, just so everything is nice and seamlessly blended. So I'm going back in with this Esmeralda palette, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. I usually take it with my finger, but I kind of want to try it with a brush wet. Now I'm gonna take that and right on the inner corner. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't know if it makes a difference if I wet it. It's still the same intensity as if it were dry, which is a good thing, I'd say. But you do get a lot more pigment, like right off the bat, if you use your finger. Honestly, I think Beauty Creation has some pretty good shimmers. Like, their mattes are decent, like they're pretty good. But their shimmers are just like something else. They're super creamy. I'm barely touching my finger in there. And they're just like super soft and creamy and pigmented. I'm gonna go in with this green shimmer right here. I'm not looking for this to be too shimmery or anything. I just want something to blend that gold and that green matte together. So I'm just patting it over top. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with e.l.f.'s Hydrating Water Essence. I think this stuff is pretty good for like priming, but when it comes to like actual skincare, I don't know. Like, it's not really hydrating enough to replenish my skin. It just makes it look a little glowy, makes it pretty tacky, so that's why I like using it as a primer. Next, I'm going in with this Princessa Mattifying Covered Concealer in the shade 5. This is a little too dark for me, but the concealer I'm using to highlight is a little too light for me. Okay, and while that's like kind of setting into the skin just a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my Amuse Cosmetics Matte Full Coverage Foundation in Sand Beige. At first, when I first applied it, it looks like it's gonna be pretty much a perfect match. It might even be a little too cool toned, but I am so neutral. I'd rather it be a little too cool toned than too warm or too pink. This foundation is so good. I got this off of a dollar store website on Instagram. Like, you can see there what I just applied versus what I applied before, and it's very like it as it dries down, it oxidizes into a more warm color. Plus this foundation was only like $5 or something, so like I really can't complain. The only thing I say about this foundation is that it is not full coverage. It's like medium, if that. You can still kind of see some of my freckles and things like that coming through, and especially down here where I have these veins and discoloration. You can still see them. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but you can definitely still see them in person. Okay, next I'm gonna go back in with that LA Girl concealer, and I'm going to just apply it underneath my eyes. So if you saw my last video, you saw that I mentioned the Shane Dawson new series. At first, I had filmed that video before the series came out, and I only had the trailer to go off of, and I was kind of just like, ugh, like another series about Jeffree Star. Like, I don't know, I still don't like the fact that it's called The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star, because Jeffree Star is not the only person in the beauty community. And I understand that he's like changed it, but he hasn't changed it for the better, in my opinion. Like, I wasn't on YouTube making videos before he was, but I was watching YouTube videos on makeup, and from what I remember, there wasn't really any drama until Jeffree Star came around. And I don't know if it was just coincidence that he came around when times were changing, or if he changed it, like if he was the reason times changed. I still enjoyed the first episode. Personally, I just think that Jeffree has this narrative or agenda that he wants to push, and he knows that Shane is the perfect person to have further push that agenda, whether Shane is aware of it or not. Like with the first series, Shane saved Jeffree's career, pretty much. The internet hated him because of all his controversies, and now he can get away with pretty much anything, saying pretty much anything. Now I feel like it's the same. Like, Jeffree wants to push this narrative of, oh, the beauty community is so cutthroat and so da-da-da and da-da-da-da, and like, maybe that's how Jeffree runs things, and maybe it truly is like that. I mean, we'll see. But to me, it feels like Jeffree is trying to push the narrative like, oh, it's not me, like I'm a victim of the community, like it's not me, it's the community. And I don't really know what I'm trying to go at here. I don't know what my point really is, but I'm just like, I don't know, I have a lot of thoughts about it, and I don't really know how to articulate them. Because like, I love Shane, and I do like Jeffree Star. I don't love him, but I like him. He's just very shady to me. I kind of see right through him, and I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I've been watching Naima Tang. She said that she like wipes away the foundation around her nose because it just gets too cakey and too much there. And I'm just like, yes. Oh my gosh, it looks so much better. Okay, next I'm going in with the Coty Airspun. This stuff smells like grandma. Whoa, but it's amazing. Oh my god, I forgot how good this powder is. Next, I'm going in with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder in Baba Banana. Go in there, and then I'm gonna go right where I want it to be brightest. Do you see how much that brightened? Holy. Next, I'm going to do highlight. You know how we do. So I'm going in with this Wet n Wild Mega Highlighting powder in Precious Petals. And then right on my high points, I'm just going to tap on. Then I'm going in with this Maybelline Master Contour Palette. And I'm just going to start carving the cheekbone. I haven't been taking my contour too far in, just really keeping it on my temples and back towards my ears, not really going past like the arch of my eyebrow. I've realized that with contour, less is more, you know? Less is more, and then I pack on all that. Oh my god. Then I'm going in on my forehead. My hairline is receding. That was so random, I'm sorry. But like it is, because I pull my hair back so much. Plus like hair loss runs in my family. I'm only 19. Okay, so in that same palette, I'm going to use the blush shade. I'm going to go in with an angled face brush. I'm just going to very lightly brush this on. Right above the contour and pretty much on top of the highlight that we just did. I'm using a blush with a little bit of shimmer in it, so it's not going to completely deplete the highlight that we just put on. I'm just softly adding some color. I'm gonna bring it up to my temples just a little bit too. Gives it a very 80s vibe. Is it 80s or 60s? I'm pretty sure it's 80s. Because I feel like in the 80s they wore a lot of blush. Boom! I like to take it on my chin too. I don't know why. I think it just gives it like a cutesy vibe. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Quick Flick eyeliner pencil. This is in Blue Velvet. And then while that is still wet, I'm gonna go in with this blue shade that I was talking about earlier from the Esmeralda palette. And I'm just gonna take that and smoke out this liner. Really smoking it out. And because we're smoking it out, it doesn't have to be super straight or anything, or super pointed or sharp. Ooh, yes. I feel like that just took this look to a whole new level. And bringing it on the lower lash line, just really on the outer corner. Ooh, I'm feeling this look, y'all. Then I'm gonna take that orange that we used in the crease and just gonna blend out the lower lash line. Also, can we talk about the Ace family really quick? They are basically people who are rich who try to pretend, or not that they try to pretend, but they try to act as if they're still relatable even though they're not. And like, it's okay to not be relatable anymore, just don't try and act like you still are. So anyway, they recently posted a video that was like, we worked at a restaurant for 24 hours I didn't watch it because I don't watch The Ace Family anymore. To me, it's just like they're trying to prove that they're still relatable by working in a restaurant for 24 hours. But they lack the self-awareness. And what I mean by that is that they don't realize that there are people in the world that work at a restaurant every single day. They work a 9 to 5 every single day. For them to kind of make some people's daily life into a challenge just so they can profit off of it, and just so they can show their audience that they're still relatable, it's just like, at this point, you've completely lost touch with reality. And they just feel untouchable. And I can tell that they feel that way because of things they're saying on Twitter. They're saying things like, we don't care, we're just trying to live our lives and you guys are haters. And it's like the criticism is all just falling on deaf ears at this point, and there's nothing anybody can say to them. There's no amount of trouble that they could get into. I think that would humble them and bring them back down to earth and open their eyes back up to reality at this point, which is just incredibly sad, especially because I really, really loved them at the beginning of their career, and then they just fell off for me because of things like this, you know? They can't take criticism, like, at all. And they just think everybody's hating on them and everybody's jealous. Okay, am I jealous? Of course I am. Look at their life. They're living a beautiful, happy life. Who wouldn't want that? But if living that kind of life means no longer being humble, no longer being able to take criticism so that I can better myself, then I don't want it. You know, there's nothing wrong with being rich. There's nothing wrong with living your life, as long as you don't let it get to your head, as long as you don't let it affect the way you treat people. The ego and pride is the biggest self-destroyer, in my opinion. Once you let your pride and ego get to you, like, I just think they're a lost cause at this point, which I hate to say because it's sad, but like, it's kind of true. Their pride and their ego has gotten to them so much that they can't take criticism, and at that point it's like, well, what can we do? Like, we can't do anything but continue to criticize them, and they've shown us countless times that that's pretty pointless at this point. But whatever, I guess, right? Okay, so now I'm going in with this Wet n Wild lipstick. This is the lipstick in Mink Brown. It's like this like straight brown fall color, and I love it. I hope it matches this look. Okay, yeah. Ooh, yeah, it's like a doo-doo brown. It is definitely not the creamiest, not the best lipstick I've ever used, but you know what? It was $3, so. Okay, I kind of hate this lipstick. Not the color. I like the color. Very sticky, pretty heavy. But again, it was $3, so I feel like you can't really complain too much. And then I'm gonna go in with this MAC lipstick in Honey Love. I'm gonna put this just in the center. Oh, I love the way these smell. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really love the way the eyes turned out, and I really like this lip color too. Too bad it's super uncomfortable. almost forgot to set my face. I'm gonna go with the NYX Professional Makeup Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Do a quick spray. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.